TGR. What's up, guys? It's Rudy, and this is the Weekly Resume. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, essentially it is our weekly news roundup where we talk about various topics across the gaming industry. So let's go ahead and get into it. First story that I want to go ahead and cover is posted by Eurogamer. Batman Arkham developer Rocksteady accused of failing to act on sexual harassment. This has actually been posted, or at least updated on the 18th of August, 2020. A November 2018 letter to the company bosses highlighting various instances of inappropriate behavior went largely ignored, according to The Guardian, which they reported on the 18th, after having heard from one of those who had signed it. Now, there was an anonymous source that reached out, and they went ahead and have they have a quoted portion from that story here on Eurogamer, and it says, "I've heard everything from groping claims to incidents involving directors, all of whom are men," she said. "Yet the only thing we had as a result was a company-wide seminar that lasted an hour. Everyone who attended was asked to sign a statement confirming that they'd received the training. It felt that it was just a way for them to cover their arses. I'd say 97 to 98% of the developers there are incredible people, and it's so unfair that this will land on them because a few people weren't managed properly." End quote. Essentially, this is pretty straightforward. The higher ups are the ones that are essentially pretty much sexually harassing their employees. And this is something that Onyx and I both agree is wrong. Obviously, the Batman Arkham fans are out there, and DC fandom is actually happening right now. And I don't agree with what's going on there. Sexual harassment is something that is very serious, and I don't think that people should turn a blind eye to this. Despite being a fan of the series, despite wanting to play their games, I don't think that this is cool at all. I know that Ubisoft has been accused of similar things, and they've done some things here and there to kind of like cover their arses and things like that. But it is more in line with, hey, we have to protect the family, because Ubisoft is a family-run company. So let's see what happens with this. I definitely am not supporting Rocksteady in purchasing their next game. I don't agree with this. The sexual harassment is a no-no. Like, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. So that's one thing that I definitely don't agree with. Next thing that I want to go and talk about, this was posted on Twix's Voxel. Demon's Souls remake rated in Korea and Japan, reportedly targeting PS5 launch. You and I don't know when the PS5 is going to launch. There's a bunch of rumors and leaks and all this and that, which we'll cover later. But this is one of the biggest games, I think, that could be in a launch lineup for the PlayStation 5. I know that Bluepoint, they went ahead and they released their game earlier in the year, and everything was hunky-dory, everything looked amazing with Shadow of the Colossus, but they had been working on something, and they said that it was something special, so I'm excited for this, guys. Demon's Souls was my first Souls experience. I got Onyx into it. You can see our reaction, I think it's this side, that you can go ahead and see our reaction, and like, dude, that was like epicness. Like, I'm hyped for this game. I'm excited to play it. So it being a launch title is just amazingness, and it potentially being a launch title is amazingness, and I can't wait for that. So looking forward to see if this is true or not, and learning more information about the PlayStation 5. Now, the next topic that we're going to go ahead and talk about is technically a leak or a rumor, whatever it is that you want to go ahead and call it. So if you're privy to that, if you don't like that, just skip to the end in my outro, and we'll go ahead and move forward. This is your last chance. No, really, like, this is your last chance. Okay, all right. So this was posted on Laptop, and this is actually confirming a couple of rumors that we've already heard in regards to the release date, in regards to pricing of the PlayStation 5, and a couple of details on PSVR. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and get into it. This was tweeted by Iron Man PS5, aka Tony Stark, on Twitter. The release date for PlayStation 5 and DualSense will pay homage to the first DualShock controller, which released on November 20th of 1997, 23 years before the release of the PlayStation 5 and DualSense 5. AKA, it's coming out on 11/20/2020. So that's hype. 100% hype. I'm excited for that because my birthday is a couple days later. It's on the 22nd, so this is a perfect early birthday present if this is true. Obviously it's a rumor, leak, take it with a grain of salt. We'll see what happens. The next thing that Tony Stark, aka Iron Man PS5 on Twitter, goes ahead and says is Sony Cooperation is the manufacturer of a highly anticipated game console developed by Sony Interactive Entertainment called PlayStation 5. Sony PlayStation 5 releases in North America on November 20th, 2020 at the recommended retail price of $499 on the PlayStation 5. Now, this was tweeted 2 days ago. So again, take it with a grain of salt. We don't know if it's true or not, but I'm okay with that because $499 was essentially like that. That's kind of where we've been at. The fact that the console, if I remember correctly, costs around just over $450. If I remember correctly, I think it was like $458, $462. Let me know in the comments below if I'm right or wrong on that. But I believe that's the Bloomberg, what the Bloomberg article said. $499 is perfect. That's what I was budgeting myself for the game, for the console. I think Onyx and I were genuinely feeling that. I wonder what Xbox Series X is going to do on that. That's one thing that I'm not 100% sure about. But there are rumors swirling around about that because it's going to be released 2 weeks beforehand, if I remember correctly, or at least that's what the rumors say. So everything else that's covered on here, and there's a link in the description below where you can go ahead and see all this stuff. It kind of covers the ins and outs in regards to what it is that the PS5 is going to be capable of and all this and that. But one of the things that they did go ahead and say was the storage capacity for the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Digital Edition is 825 gigabytes. It is not 1 terabyte with 175 gigabytes reserved for the system software. 825 gigabytes is written on the retail box. You are getting just over 700 gigabytes user available storage space on the SSD, which, as we've seen Mark Cerny over at what would have been the GDC presentation talk about, you can install an NVMe as long as it's approved, if I remember correctly, but you can install an NVMe into the PS5 and essentially get better performance. I mean, I don't know, or at least higher storage. I'm not 100% sure about the performance aspect of things unless it's PCIe 4.0. Let me know in the comments below, but that's what I know. Now, that's out of the way, guys. I sincerely appreciate you taking time out of your day to go ahead and just listen to a couple of things that I am particularly intrigued about, I'm interested in, and wanted to share with you guys. Now, I do have a quick question. If you've made it to this point, obviously, I feel like you're more of a fan than most in regards to the gaming resume, TGR, and Onyx and myself. But I do want to ask something of you. Generally, these videos do not perform as well as they should. And I say that because we have a subscriber base of around 10,000 subscribers. I would expect normally to get, at least a couple hundreds, if not like 1,000 or so views on videos like this. Normally we get like 100, maybe 200 out of that. So 1 to 2% retention isn't really necessarily that great. So what I want to ask is whether or not you are actually genuinely interested in videos like this, because it does take time to set these up. It does take time to get things done. But if you're not interested in this and would rather have this in, say, a podcast format, where I would literally upload this into the Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever it may be, then that is also an option because we do that anyways. And I would be able to dedicate more time in creating videos, and Onyx as well, videos that are about different things. We just like talking about the news because we're passionate about what's going on in the gaming industry, and we like staying up to date, and we like to share things that we're passionate about as well. So let us know in the comments below. Let us know how you feel about things and whether or not you're still interested in having stuff like this. If you're not, dude, that's totally cool. I want, and I'm sure Onyx agrees with me, we want to go ahead and give you guys what you want and entertain you guys. YouTubing is essentially entertaining you guys. So I look forward to having a discussion, talking to you guys about all this stuff, and yeah, I guess we will see you on the flip side. Obviously, subscribe on all that social media stuff in the description and whatnot. So, anyways, guys, I will see you later. Deuces.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more and stay up to date, subscribe, hit the little bell, and join our Discord.
If you want to support the channel, please check out our Patreon or hit the join button below. As always, thanks for your support and thanks for watching.